So was going on to your footy, your career in footy, have you always played footy or was it all?
Yeah, well, I started East Fremantle Power, which is this club down at the power station. Started when I was young.
Another junior club?
Yeah. And then played at Christchurch, my school. Morgan went there. First footy since year 10. So I was playing 2 games a week, which was pretty hectic. So I was training like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, day off Friday, game Saturday, game Sunday. So I think that's definitely helped me to now. So
that would have helped with your like ability to recover, but also be fit and all that sort of stuff. Because obviously when you would have played Saturday and then the Sunday you would have gone in like sore, obviously, you're a little bit sore, you might be
body got used
knocks,
to it, I guess.
Yeah. And then you just get conditioned to playing with a little bit of soreness, right?
Yeah. So I was pretty lucky. And then when I was year 12, before Bill came, I had Rob Wiley. He was the lead coach at East Fremantle, and I went up to him and said, "Yeah, is it all right if I?" Because all these younger Colts blokes are getting a game in league, and I was like, "Wow, like I feel like I could be in there." But I had PSA football, which is school.
Yeah. So the private school.
Yeah, I went up to the head coach. I said, "Yeah, is it all right if I can train with you guys, and then maybe if I'm good enough, get a game?"
Yeah.
So I felt pretty confident, and then trained for that Tuesday, and then he came to me Thursday. He's like, "Yeah, you're in," and I was like,
"Oh, lovely!
Wow, I got to contact the school, tell them I can't play."
So if you play league football, you get excused from playing.
Yeah, well, I didn't know I could, but I was hoping I could. And then Anthony Lynch, our head of sports, said, "Yeah, like of course, like footy's what you want to do." So
lovely. What year was that?
2017. So
2017. Was it? Did you play in the Colts grand final?
Yeah, I know it was 2018 actually. Yeah, 2017 was the Colts grandy. So.
Yeah. And how old were you in that?
17.
17.
So,
lovely. How was that season? Was it a go like pretty smoothly? Like you won? Yeah,
it was good. We had like Tom Eastor, a few East First Senior guys now. And yeah, it was good. It was good. Yeah, he was the captain.
Tom Eastor. Oh no, he did. I can't believe he never told me about that.
Yeah.
I just finally found out recently.
Yeah, it was an awesome year. Obviously, it was like my second year of Colts properly. Like I actually did my first preseason.
Okay.
So I was one of the younger guys going in, and I was lucky enough to get a game. I actually thought I was going to get dropped because I had a pretty quiet prelim.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Not enough touches.
Oh, I had 2 goals, but not much of the footy. So I was a bit.
Well, how many touches? You know how many touches?
I think it was like 5 or something. So
5 touches for 2 goals, pretty efficient.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. You get nervous, obviously, like just mentally. But then I played midfield in the granny and went all right. So
was the team always? Did you always think you're going to play the granny? Like, was it a strong team?
Yeah, we were elite. We weren't. The thing about Colts is people think it's all off talent, but we played Claremont, who had like 4 or 5 drafted, or like 5 blokes that were meant to get drafted. And we won by 50 points in the grand final. And we probably only had Tom Joyce get picked up, and I think Dylan O'Reilly a year later in the mid-season.
Interesting.
So we're just a really good team. Teamwork worked well. Everyone gelled.
Obviously, probably your biggest strength as a footballer is your aerobic capacity, how much you can cover the ground. How
second best, apparently.
Well, now you are. Now you're the second best because with the inclusion of Schoenfeld.
Yeah.
But have you always, like, was it something that came natural, like you're always naturally fit, or you had to work on it when you were younger?
Yeah, well, I think it started from little athletics when I was a kid. I think that's helped me a lot, really, like doing 1500s, 800s, but...
Was that always like you didn't, like that was your...
Yeah, that was my strength. I was never quick over like under 100 or 200. So
that's interesting.
Long distance, I could just hold it. And I trained a lot, I guess, when I was younger. So still do.
And then was when you came into Colts level and you started doing 2Ks, you were just naturally...
Yeah. Always, yeah.
Cool.
I was always winning them, and then went up to league and I won it the first 2 years, and then obviously Scully's come this year.
Do you reckon you can get much fitter than you already are?
Well, we'll need to when I come back from this injury, but I think I definitely can, but I want to focus on that speed, because look at most AFL players, they're all just really quick, and most league players are really quick. And if you're quick, then automatically you're a step ahead, I think.
I think there's a bit of a fine balance as well, because obviously when it comes to like the fourth quarter, most of the time it's going to be aerobic capacity that's going to kind of not going to, well, it can work both ways. It can help you win a game, but also it can cost you a game, right? Like if you've got you can fade away. Like you might be having like a really good first half, and then you'll drop away. Might be multiple reasons, but in the last quarter, if you don't have that, tank to kind of get you to the next contest, the next contest,
gotta even it out.
that can be detrimental to your game, right? But as well with speed, like with the if you're really fast, you have that first. You might be on top in that first quarter because you can kind of get away from guys like yourself.
And then you drop off.
But then you drop off, and it kind of meets halfway as well.
Yeah, exactly.
And then there's a lot of talk in like how rugby kind of, while they're so big and so strong, but also kind of they're very fast, but they have to be kind of equally as fit. What happens in a game of rugby is because you keep getting hit and there's so much contact, is that the team that is strongest will win out, because if you're hitting guys who are weaker than you, they're going to diminish their ability to run and tackle more. So if they're starting with even fitness levels, right, but one team stronger than the other, their ability to keep hitting in is their fitness will diminish because they can't run as well because they're sore and hurt because they're not as strong, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Kind of interesting.
It is. Yeah.
And obviously you're not a solid built guy as well, but relative strength to weight ratio is quite high.
Yeah, well, I feel like with footy, it's more of a mental thing for me. Like being tackling is probably one of my biggest strengths as well. And with my size, it's a bit weird that it is, I guess. But like you look at other blokes that are massive and they still can't tackle, and it's like, well, if I can tackle, you should be able to do it. So I think it just comes down to wanting to tackle and wanting to put your head over the ball.
What's your most number of tackles in a game?
It's probably been like 14 a couple of times. I've never hit like...
Is that high or is that kind of...
Yeah, I think that's pretty high. I've never hit like... There's blokes that have hit like 20 somehow, and that's like, wow. But
it's just...